Narraesthetics is developing an interactive adaptation of The Little Match Girl. We're approaching game design from a narrative perspective, and we've decided to record it all and share it with you. With making a storytelling game, the most important thing to me is agency. Now, agency, according to rpg.stockexchange.com, according to Tim C., who answered this question, what is agency? He said, I personally define agency by 3 criteria. 1, the player has control over their own character's decisions. 2, those decisions have consequences within the game world. And 3, the player has enough information to anticipate what those consequences might be before making them. So with agency being the most important thing for a storytelling game, to have the player really feel like they're telling the story themselves rather than the story happening and them just interacting with it. The player really needs to feel like their actions matter inside the game. So I had to rethink my idea, and my idea was to have player go to sell matches to a bunch of people in this game world. And I have a new mechanic, basically. What I was thinking was that the player would just go to random people, they would talk to them. It's basically, hey, will you buy my matches? And the person says no or yes. But now I've made that into a kind of mechanic, and I call it a micro game. And I'm not sure if I want to share it just yet, just because it's in... I'll share it. What I've written right now is that the player will go to somebody, and as soon as they talk to them, then this little micro game pops up. And this micro game is to have a little wheel, and on this wheel you have a spinning marker of sorts, and when that marker gets to a specific region, the player has to press the action button. Then they've made the sale. Now, what's interesting about this, and this is super spoiler, the reason why I implemented this mechanic is because I wanted the player to have more control, or feel like they were having some sort of control over the skill of selling matches. Like, I wanted them to feel like selling matches was their doing. It wasn't just the game randomizing. So the cool thing with this is that I've kind of made this decision into a non-decision. And what I mean by that is whenever the player talks to any pedestrian inside our game, they'll have an impossible version of that little micro game come up. And what I mean by that is that the region that they have to land their marker on is super tiny. So not only is it super hard, but it will literally be impossible. Like, I'll make it impossible to do. But the person who's playing this won't know this, considering they didn't watch this video. The person who plays this won't know this, and they'll just continue, thinking that this is super freaking hard, and they'll keep trying to do it with no success. And basically what that does is it has the person blame themselves for not selling any matches rather than blame the game for not letting them sell any matches, which is a great thing. That's exactly what player agency should be. I hope when we get this little micro game thing implemented that it'll work its agency magic, and hopefully that will make this a little bit better as a story as opposed to just a gamey game. So that's all I got for today. Next time we will look at something else. Closer!